Hello my friends, welcome to our channel on questions and answers on immigration to Canada. I was asked a couple days ago quite an interesting question, just decided to share it with you. So the person asked me how to prepare properly for an external session or information session of a province. Well, I don't want to focus on a specific province here, and in an essence the question was like why some people were coming with a set of documents, others were coming to the sessions with literally nothing. What should I do to make sure that I would increase my chances? Now, to be absolutely clear about it, there is no definite set of documents or papers which you have to prepare for a particular session unless that is specified by immigration authorities. So say if immigration authorities of New Brunswick, as an example, are not telling you that you necessarily have to have a copy of your IELTS test results or a copy of your educational credentials assessment, you do not necessarily have to bring them with you. However, of course, it would be smart to have them in your pocket or electronically just in case. Now, important thing I believe is so-called settlement plan. A settlement plan, it is pretty much a description or an explanation which you put on a paper of how you would settle in a province or territory where you're trying to immigrate. So what happens during the session, like as an example, Manitoba provincial sessions where officers are interviewing applicants. An officer wants to be absolutely certain, or to an extent where it's possible, be certain that this individual sitting in front of him or her would be able to settle in Manitoba successfully and would not try to leave afterwards. As you know already, I mean, there is no law which would prohibit you from leaving. Therefore, lots of people pretty much do that, right? They just immigrate, use an additional score or of a particular province or territory, and afterwards they move anywhere they want to. So an officer wants to be absolutely certain that you would stay. Now, how would you do that? What if you were mistaken a couple times? What if your occupation is not necessarily in high demand in a province? Questions would go on and on from officer's side, and the officer would try to see whether you're prepared indeed for life in a province. And the best way to prove that would probably be to demonstrate that you are aware of particulars of life or job market in a province where you go into. That's essentially what the settlement plan is. This plan would explain to an officer how you would settle in the province from day 1 to say day 100 or whatever, right? I would come into this particular city, town or township, right? This is exactly why I have chosen it. This is the school where my kids would probably go to. This is the place where I'm intending to work. These are my communications with the particular employers, and these are their responses, so they're showing an interest in my position or in my candidature, provided that I'm already in Canada. This is what my spouse would do. These are additional skills which would probably be necessary for me to get the social level which I'm targeting when I immigrate to Canada, and that's exactly what I would do staying in this province, in this city or township, to attain my goals, right? And the settlement plan could be something as short as several pages, could be something as long as 30-40 pages. Usually for our applicants, when they're going to a session, we're trying to prepare such a plan and give them an idea how to do that, so they would be accustomed to the plan itself and read it carefully before speaking to an officer, and you have absolutely no doubts answering questions such as like, well, do you know what is the average cost of a household in New Brunswick, or what would be the rental property cost of, say, for a family of 4 somewhere in Brandon, Manitoba. That's essentially what a settlement plan is. There is no mandatory requirement that you have to have that settlement plan, again, unless that is specified by provincial authorities, because Manitoba sometimes does specify that they want to see the plan, but it's always good to prepare one. If You got questions, if you want to discuss it further on, as we always say, well, there is a section of comments at the bottom of the video, or you can drop a line directly to us. Stay tuned.